Hello, I'm Jadoni, aka Jadoni Altuve, aka the Dread-Headed Bandit, aka Meryl Streep's favorite rapper.
I don't remember your name, but this feeling got me thinking we used to be good in the day. Way far back when we could people inside. We should chill, grab a drink, no one else, so it's good. If it's different, then we should be good. If it's different, then we should be good.
What's up? We're back here for episode 2. Thanks for everyone for coming back. We're here with Jadoni.
How you doing?
Thanks for coming on. We took a couple. We each took a shot of apple cider vinegar before this started to kind of wake us up. How's that sitting?
Yo, I feel crazy, but I feel ready. I could probably fight The Rock right now.
Yeah, I mean, hey, okay, we'll keep that in mind. I could probably like flip a car or something right now. I feel like
Flip a car?
the initial burn sucks, and like I kind of gagged a little, but now it just feels like this whole area just kind of opened up.
Opened up, man. Incredible feats can be accomplished right now.
I think that might have to be a regular part to both of our routines. But yeah, I appreciate you being a part of this one. When the opportunity came up, I jumped at it. You were already, before we even communicated, you were someone that was on like the top 5, like the first 5 gets.
Top 5.
So, you know, well, I don't even know if I have 5, but if there was a top 5, it would have been that. So thanks so much for being here. And there's a ton of stuff, you know, kind of as being a bystander, kind of watching you grow over the years, that it's kind of cool. And I think also, in general, it's cool. Like, we've known each other for so long, but I feel like this is the first time that we've actually gotten to sit down, just the two of us, and have like a long forward conversation. So that's exciting too. Yeah. So I know I kind of will probably ask everybody this coming out of this crazy year, but how has this been for you personally? Also, just as an artist, what adjustments I'm sure that you definitely had to make, like everybody did, not only in their personal life but as an artist. Kind of walk me through that, and you know how that kind of changed you and your art going forward.
So I'm gonna start off with the artistry aspect first of all. It actually was a blessing in disguise because with the pandemic happening, we stopped working, so I had all the free time in the world. So my group Culdesac, we locked ourselves in the studio and just worked every single day, every day. So I found out a lot about myself as an artist and how like really bad I wanted it, because when you have all the time in the world, you can take it, you can spend it doing nothing, or you know, doing progressing. And I took that and tried to progress. Personally, man, I found out a lot about myself. I feel like a lot of people have. Sure. I really dove into a lot of TV, so I became more of a TV buff.
Yeah, no, I feel like a lot of people, like, you know, it's weird. They're just, you know, it sounds cliche and stuff, but it's crazy. It's like the cliche things are weirdly true sometimes, how you do some of this introspection, or, you know, I repeated it last time, but like, you know, I think in terms of, for me, getting something artistic started on my own, like, again, the pandemic, like you said, was a blessing in disguise. I mean, obviously terrible on multiple levels, but if you can take any kind of silver lining, I think it put it in perspective, like for a lot of people, like kind of force people to be like, well, what do I want to do? Like for me, what'll make me happy and stuff like that. And it's cool that it seems like everybody that I've talked to, even outside of this, kind of said the same thing. And it's kind of weird, you know. I think it'll be seeing like kind of this, I feel like in general, kind of like this artistic shift, like in the world going forward. What's going on right now for you? You can kind of walk us through the last year or so, like what's new with you? How are you kind of growing as an artist? From my perspective, it seems like on social media, you and your group Culdesac have been doing some great things. The social media presence is awesome. You've been doing some of your own shows and live streams and things like that as well, which is a cool thing that I think a lot of artists have been doing, but especially kind of in our local community, it feels like you guys are kind of at the forefront of that. So kind of walk me through that.
Man, that was probably the highlight of the quarantine, was being able to we put on 2 shows. So the first one was Apocalypse, and that was our first time putting together a show. So we wanted to do like a Culdesac and Friends type thing. So we gathered a whole bunch of different artists and groups from the local area and brought them together to perform. And that was a time, man. It was really cool. It was really fulfilling being able to set it up,
right?
Because it's different. Someone booking you for a show and you go in there and doing all that, but having to take the time to make sure every single piece fell in line.
Right.
And obviously there were bumps, but
Sure.
that was really cool. And then the second one was just more like our like Culdesac, which is like us and like 2 other artists, and that was also very nice because that was more just like a very calm, relaxing with our friends, just sitting on the couch, listening to me or rapping and singing. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I feel like once you kind of have the experience putting together a show for yourself, like kind of makes you appreciate like all the other times you got booked. You're like, okay, damn, like there's more than just like, all right, everybody show up at 7:30.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like there's someone's got to run sound and stuff like that, especially if you want it to look a certain way. And I'm sure like the live stream aspect brought more, more technical difficulties and hurdles that you had to bring. So that's cool. Yeah, I know like for last time I saw you guys is when I was able to kind of help put together a show for you guys, which is really cool. When we kind of had that opportunity, I think, God, almost 2 summers ago now, I guess.
That was like, too late. It was in May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we went on tour right after that. So, yeah, that was cool for us. Like, your brother was gone, but he was kind of sending me things you guys were doing and stuff like that. And we kind of had this idea of like, oh, like the summer we need to kind of do our own show. And it was cool. Like, we kind of did the same thing, like highlighted artists. And it was cool to kind of, I don't know. It was awesome. Like you guys did great.
It was a great time, man.
It was a cool time.
It was really cool. And that was like, I think that was the first time we as Culdesac were actually like brought out to perform like as Culdesac.
Yeah.
So that was a really, really dope time because it was the first time we got to do something like that. And we all appreciated you guys bringing us out, man.
It was great. Definitely have to do it again. Talk to me about Culdesac and how that kind of came together. For me, like on the outside, it seems like it's 3, right? You and 2 others. Is that correct? Like-minded individuals that kind of see music and rap and R&B and different, subgenres of that in a certain way. From the outsider, it seems like you're taking in elements of film into it, and there's like an attention to detail with just how you guys present yourself down to like, even just the clips you put online. There's like a level of artistry even to just the video production of it. So kind of talk to me how it came together and how you guys kind of focused in on like the sound and look that you guys have kind of zeroed in on.
Okay, so let's start. So Lael, I'll start with who's in Culdesac. So Culdesac, we have Lael, Anonymous, myself, Jadoni, Chomsky, and then there's M, and then we have our friends Armin and Brian in there as well. So I went to school, went to college with Lael. Chomsky also went to college with Lael. They knew each other before I knew Lael.
Gotcha.
And they were discussing like working out, trying to work together. Chomsky was supposed to help Lael with the project, and Lael was like, we should just get together and start doing stuff. And around that time, I texted Lael. I was like, hey, I'll be interested. And he knew M from also working with him as well. So we just all went to M's house one day, got together and made music, and then
kind of went from there.
Man.
Right. That's cool that you guys were able to do that, and that you were able, like, through just getting older and being in college, kind of finding like-minded people. How did you guys kind of then, when you were together, kind of had like this nucleus of like, all right, here's like the people, here's people kind of like in the affiliate with us as well, and we have our producer. How did you guys kind of zero in? I'm sure, like, just as I've seen over like the last 2 years, you guys have definitely kind of zeroed in on that. But like, what was kind of the discussions you guys had in terms of being like, how do we want to present ourselves? Like, how has that changed? Because it seems like the idea and the production and everything about it seems to me as an outsider like very zeroed in. Like, there's a lot of consistency between the vibe and stuff like that. There is like a vibe that you guys have like to yourself, like that way that you guys carry each other. There is like a level as like, professionalism or it seems like it's a cohesive unit. And I know, like, from being in a band for so many years, you kind of need that. You kind of have to fake it till you make it in a way. So how has that kind of come together? How did you guys kind of zero in on some of these points?
So I would say to start, it was obviously there was like learning curves, because me personally, I never worked with anybody else in music. I used to just go on YouTube and write my little raps by myself. So for me personally, it was a kind of adjustment, like working and being cohesive and just being able to take a step back and let other people do their thing. But as a group, I think our sound really evolved because at first we put out a single. Leo put out a single. It was like Favorite Color, and that was like a real poppy type song. And from there, once we started kind of getting our footing, and we started really leaning into the whole TV and movie type thing, because that's a big inspiration with us.
Yeah.
I think once we hit our Suburban Legends tape, where we based everything off of TV and movie, that's when we were like, okay, this is what we like. This is what is us.
Sure.
Lean into it. 'Cause we really pride ourselves in being who we are in individuality and just unapologetically ourselves.
Right.
So like we were like, this is us. Let's lean into it. And from there, things took off.
How do you do that? Like how? And I guess I kind of can see it, but tell me what kind of aspects you take from film and TV? Like, is it just the way things are presented, like in a visual aspect, or even like how does that reflect? I guess not only just in the visuals, but in the music. Like, what little things from TV are you cherry picking that kind of roll into like that package?
Man, I would say everything. Anything we can get from it, we do. So a lot of the time when we would record at M's house, he would just throw on a movie or a show in the background.
Yeah.
And then we could be sitting there, he makes a beat, whatever. We could be sitting there watching a movie, and a person could say one line. We'd be like, okay, make that into a song. We could see an actor, an actress use their essence, make that into a song.
Right.
The whole plot of the movie, whatever. the score, it's just it comes and goes. You really don't know what you're doing until it's there.
It just hits you.
It just hits me.
It's cool that you're able to take that, like different mediums of art, like even I'm sure just even outside of TVs and movies, just different kind of visual arts and things like that, and kind of roll it into what you guys are doing. What are the plans going forward with that? I know you guys have released some stuff individually, and then stuff as a group. I'm sure there's stuff on the horizon. How's that kind of looking going forward into 2021?
We're definitely working.
Yeah.
We definitely got stuff planned. I don't want to give too much away because we're still
classic, right?
I know the cliche. Oh, we're so important. Top
Stay
secret.
tuned, yeah.
Keep your eyes out. No, but yeah, we have a lot of stuff planned. Just the whole thing is just keeping our head down. We have nothing else to do.
Right.
So keep your head down, working. Everyone has their own individual projects they're working on.
Sure.
And then we also have group stuff. And that's the beauty. Let me tell you, that is the beauty of Culdesac, man. We can branch out and do our own things. We don't want to be just boxed into just the group.
Right. Like, if you write something like that, has to be for the group or something like that.
You want to be individual, and like even if we're doing something individually, we still can collaborate and still help with each other, which is great. But we don't have to. It's like a support system more than it is like we're just 100% relying on everybody.
Right. That's kind of thing too that I see. I don't know everybody else in the group as well as you, obviously, but it seems like from the outside looking in, it's kind of the cool thing about it. Like the pillars are like these three individual personalities, and even just in the way that you guys present yourself within that, and like your styles and stuff like that, there are different kind of elements to it, you know what I mean, which I think is cool. And I guess that means kind of the same for you. I'm sure it's the same thing. Stick tuned, stay forward, all those things as well with stuff that you have going forward. For you, what has been like the biggest challenge, I would say, working in a group? Like what are kind of the things that you think are different, like the different aspects of, when you're on your own, it's nice because you're on your own, but then at the same time, you're on your own.
You're on your own, yeah.
Right. Like in terms of ideas and stuff like that, what are kind of like the positives and negatives that you see to each aspect of it? And do you like one better, or is it just better just because they're each different? I'm sure is the answer, right? Different dynamics.
I would say, I mean, you like being on your own because like everyone has that sense of selfishness.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like you like being able to do things your way.
Right.
But I think, and that, like I said, I never did anything in a group before. I played sports, but like in music wise, never did anything in a group. So like it was, the biggest thing for me was learning how to, realize that even if you're at the studio and you're not doing something, you're still there for your friends.
Right.
You're still there to help out. You can still contribute even if it's not for you.
Right.
But at the same time, I still had to learn when to be assertive and not assertive like aggressive, but like when to know like, okay, this is my time to do this,
right.
and not. It's the balance, because you got to realize that it's not going to be your day.
Yeah.
It's going to be somebody else's day.
Sure.
And that's the thing.
that's the thing too. Like I've learned, I feel like the similarity kind of coming from the band thing, and then they're very much the same. You know, like I almost kind of look at you guys like in the way that you present yourself, like as a band, like in a way. Certain times there are like, you know, you do have those hills that you want to die on. You know, you're like, nah, dude, like I think this is the way that this one should go. You know, and but you kind of pick and learn like kind of as you're in that group, and you kind of learn how like the temperaments of other people are, and how you work with different people. And I'm sure there's days where you get in there and just today is not the day, like nothing's coming out, you know. And then I'm sure there's a day where a week goes by and you kind of aren't prepared, and then bam, like out of nowhere something comes, right? Like it's crazy how that happens.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. For you, what does making music at this point in 2021 mean to you in terms of artistic expression, and where do you kind of see how you fit in? Like, is music for you just a passion project, or do you kind of see it as, I mean, I know you guys take it seriously, like how do you kind of interface with today's kind of climate? Like, do you want to use music purely just as art, or do you want to use it to kind of bring light to like the voice that you have going forward, talking about like some of the things that are going on in the world? Yeah.
Man, music's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything. It's when I say it's literally what I think about 24/7, it really is. Like, and to go off what you're saying about like using the voice, that's another thing we pride ourselves on. We talk about real topics.
Sure.
Always.
Yeah.
Man, like always. Doesn't matter what song it is. Like, yeah, we have our fun stuff, but we want things to be real and authentic. Right. That's what we pride ourselves on. Like, sure. The world we live in, especially being, you know, Black men, we got to talk about it. Sure. We got to talk about it. We got to get off our chest, and music is a great way to do that. And even if it's not helping us, even like it is, but even if it wasn't, somebody else can relate to it, which is also just as good, because we need, you know, we're here to help, and we're here to be there for people. And that music is a great way to express yourself, and a great way to reach out to people. Sure, directly and indirectly. I'm
sure a great way to kind of channel some of those emotions that I'm sure, especially with topics like that are, I can imagine, great, kind of a way to express it so it doesn't get bottled up, but also to kind of, in like a focused way, channel it towards like, well, shit, like I'm going to say something about it, and I'm going to hopefully, like, you know, if somebody listens to this and they kind of agree or take something away from it, I'm sure that's huge.
Even if they don't agree, it's just like,
right.
But like you said, taking something away.
Yeah.
Like, just getting out there and being heard is really what you need, because nothing gets done if people are silenced. So
exactly. Yeah. No, that's
being heard.
It's a very good point. Well, I'd be remiss to tell you that we have some segments prepared that I know that you're looking forward to. Before we get into that, I know, like you said, some of the things you have to keep kind of close to the vest, but let the people know where they can find you and where they can see you coming up. I know that right now it's kind of weird with COVID. Like, I'm sure a lot of things are kind of up in the air as we continue to get vaccinated and stuff. There's some kind of horizon, but I know that you do have something coming up. Okay. So let everyone know where they can find you.
You guys, you can catch me and Leo in Millerstown, Pennsylvania at Camp Elysian on August 14th. It's a festival we're doing, and it's gonna be a good time. You come out, support, show some love. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's the same for both. It's Culdesac Jadoni, CULDESAC JADONI on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me, interact with me. I'm friendly, I promise. I'm not mean.
Yes.
And just say what's up, find our music, and you know, hopefully you enjoy. Oh, my bad. And then our group page, Culdesac Collective, as well on Twitter and Instagram.
Awesome. Funny, one thing that I did want to mention that before we started was the segments was, what does that mean for you? Like, this is the one thing that I've always kind of wondered, coming from a band playing like metal or punk or whatever like that. Like, for us, it seems like playing shows, like playing out, is kind of the lifeblood to like that style of music. For you, it seems like with rap and other, even like electronic music, like other kind of non-instrument based music at times, not that your stuff is instrument based, but you know, where like, what's kind of the dynamic like when you do play live? Like, what does that mean to you? Because it seems like it's not as like I don't want to say essential, but it seems like with those kind of styles of music, like the internet is more, and putting stuff out just consistently is more, like kind of like the lifeblood to that. What does playing out like mean for you, and like what is that just what goes through your head like while you're doing that?
Man, shoot, I'm a performer.
Yeah.
So I look for I'll listen to songs in the car and I'll be like, yo, I can't wait to do. I plot it in my head like I can't wait to do this part at this when people are there. And like you make these songs like you make them for yourself, you make them for the fans, but you make it so that people can share that moment with you when you're performing. And when people are there and you're performing and they see you and you see them and you see that they're vibing with you, there's no better feeling, man.
It's like that instant, like you can put out a song and wait a couple of days and kind of see like what people say, but there's nothing like playing live and be able to kind of just look up. And I know like there's some times where I've been playing and I look up and I'm like, tonight's not the night. You know what I mean? Like we didn't get up tonight, but I do know that there are nights where I've looked up and I'm like, damn, tonight was the night, you know? And it's cool that like, again, it's kind of like the universal language, like that me and you that play like different kinds of music, but still like without even communicating that know exactly what each other mean.
Absolutely.
You know,
it's just being an artist. It's just like, and I mean, artist and just a person.
Right.
It's gonna be your day one day.
Right.
It's not the other day. But at the end of the day, you take it on the chin, you take it in stride, and you know that one day it'll be there.
Yeah, or even the next one. The next one might even be. You know what I mean? I always say like with that kind of like level of adrenaline or satisfaction, like if they could somehow bottle that up into some kind of drug or something like that, that kind of like rush that you get, like
apple cider vinegar shots.
Hey, there you go. Well, kind of, actually, it's kind of similar.
Pretty much.
But that would be like, you know, they couldn't keep that shit on the shelves. That's how like popular it would be, you know. Yeah, no, it's been great talking to you. I have some fun things planned, and be ready to hop into them. We can do that.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
And we're back.
We're back.
So we've been doing some segments, as you saw in the last one. I like doing the segments because I think when you interview someone, you get, you know, more direct stuff. But I think through the segments, just you learn like a little bit more about someone, you know, through their reactions and stuff like that. And especially something that I'm sure everyone will notice has been a little bit of a theme has been food.
Love some
food and drink, because I think food and drink is kind of the universal language. You know, everybody loves to eat, everybody loves to drink. So this is a new segment that we have prepared called Food Out, play on words of shootout, and that's exactly what this is. So we've gotten two of the same item from two separate establishments. They're all locally owned businesses here in Baltimore, and you know, I got clued in that you're a big connoisseur of mac and cheese. Is that correct?
I love me some mac and cheese.
I feel like mac and cheese is, again, another universal. I as well love mac and cheese. So we went ahead and got two different mac and cheeses from two different establishments. And the first one we have here is from the Land of Kush here in Baltimore, Maryland. And this is completely vegan and vegetarian. So it has no dairy products, no animal products whatsoever. So we'll eat, and we have another one prepared. So if you want, we could go ahead now and give this a little bit of a taste test. I might need my drink on hand for my lovely assistant. Here, I'll give you a little cheers.
Cheers, bro. Yo, I mean, honestly,
it's not bad.
A lot better than I thought it would be. I'm not gonna hold you.
Usually, I'm not super big into vegan, vegetarian options just because I'm a wimp.
This is a little bit of ASMR action. Me just smacking in the camera. I mean, look.
It was better on the second bite, for sure.
I'm going to eat a little bit more. I'm sorry.
Hit me.
I'm starving.
I'll hit you with the third bite. Let's get it.
Honestly, a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. If you had to give it some form... I'm dropping all over myself. If you had to give it some form of a letter grade, what would you give
letter grade? I'm gonna give it. So there's gonna be like a scale to it because it's vegan. So I would say B plus because like I said, it's a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna hate it.
I'm gonna agree. It's definitely a B. Maybe for me a little on the B minus side. For me, my mac and cheese I like it a little more creamy. But I guess that's hard when they're not using cream.
Exactly.
You know? So that was good.
That's what I'm saying.
That was from the Land of Kush, correct? Here in Baltimore, they have primarily locally owned. They have primarily vegan, vegetarian, soul food options primarily, right? All right. The second one that we have is from, what is the establishment one more time? Next Phase Cafe. Again, locally owned here in Baltimore.
It's looking pretty.
Yeah, this one looks good. I know you've seen a little bit of a clip of it already, but I'll hit the camera with one more. That looks pretty good. This is how I like my mac and cheese, with like a little bit of like a crust.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I'm excited.
Let me get a little bit of this crust here. I'll hit you with another.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's that pressure, bro. That's showing pressure.
That's, as the kids would say, bussin'.
Bussin', bro. Like, come on.
Wow.
Come on. Look, sorry, Landa Kush. You cool.
Yeah.
But I might mess
Wow.
around and eat this whole freaking
Go
bowl.
for it, man. That's why we got him.
Yo, come on.
Yeah. Wow. This one for
Sorry.
me might even be above A. It might be like S tier.
S tier?
Yeah. It might be S tier, honestly. Hit him with a little Arnold Palmer real quick.
Oh my. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm having a moment over here.
That's
Bro,
when you know it's good, right?
it's like I usually reserve S tier for my grandma's mac and cheese because her
Right.
mac and cheese is
Kind of
undefeated.
this with my mom's as well, yeah.
But man,
A plus?
it's pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would give it a plus. A
That's
plus.
what- For me, it has the checks the boxes. So for me, here's the boxes with mac and cheese. I need a little bit of creaminess. I need like a thickness, like a texture to it, and I need like a little bit of like that burnt cheese
Yes.
kind of mix in there, you know? Which I feel like the Land of Kush one, even though it's great, Land of Kush killed it. I think this one has a little bit of an edge.
Absolutely.
On them.
I'm not a big like with my mac and cheese. I don't want it to be real runny. Like
Yeah.
if it's running, that kind of like it's more cheese than mac, and it's just like, all right, man, I could have just got some cheese whiz and just. Psh. But
It
this
seems
is,
like they have like spices and stuff in here too.
yeah, I don't know that.
I see like some red flakes. You want a bite? Which one do you want? This one? All right. I'll get an outside opinion.
Bro, this is so good.
It's great. I know we're definitely, and I had their food earlier, just in general. Like we had both just their normal food. Both of them.
That shit crazy, right?
Grace likes it. Both of their food, like just even outside the mac and cheese, is great. So definitely, if you're in the area, check out both of these establishments. We'll have their information on the screen. You can have the rest. I got enough. Let me get one more swig of my drink.
It's so good.
That's how you know it's good, right?
Bro, that's like crap, man. That's crazy. I'm just gonna finish the bowl. Honestly.
Hit it. You're good.
Bro, it's like mac and cheese and like this is the first. To be honest, this is the first time I've had pasta in like a month
Yeah.
because I'm trying to stop eating pasta. I'm trying to eat better,
Right.
But-
Yeah, me too.
but man, it's gonna make me
Yeah.
relapse, man.
Yeah, dude, what good time to reorder this week, right?
bro. This joint got me acting up.
So we had B plus for the other one and A plus for the. There you go. There you heard it. So you would say that the, I'm sorry, what is it again? Next Phase Cafe won the shootout.
Of
between
course,
the two.
it
It was
shot,
close.
shot the shit
I
out
feel
of
like if it was like Red Dead Redemption, they both got a couple shots.
it. Yeah, oh
in,
yeah. But they hit him with the headshot.
They hit him
real
with
quick.
the headshot at the end. Well, there you go.
Man, like
Glad that turned out great.
Next Phase Cafe mac and cheese and an apple cider vinegar shot.
Yes.
Man,
We treat our guests good when they come over. They
Look at
either
this.
have some good drinks, some good conversation, hit them with a shot of apple cider vinegar and some mac and cheese. We know how to do it up. Well, I'm glad that we were able to check the box on your mac and cheese consumption, and hopefully we've added some new options to your expanded
Absolutely.
horizons. Next segment we have, this one I think will be good, is called This or That. It's a typical This or That game, but with a little bit of questions I would think that I was able to cater towards you. And we have a couple just random ones. Unlike the rapid fire favorites from next time, there is no time limit. Your brother wasn't able to answer all 15 of his questions in 60 seconds. There's no time on this one. We just want to use it to get to know you better. Although, if you watched the last episode, we're still thinking of a punishment to enforce on Lamore for not being able to answer all 15. I told him I'd come to his house and enforce it. So you might see like a little 100 miles extra video one day
Yeah.
of me enforcing. I'm going to bring over a dunk tank and be like, get in.
punk.
So I'm gonna ask you a couple of this or that questions. Feel free to elaborate on your reasoning
sure
as
I
much
will.
or little as you'd like. And here we go. This one's called This or That. First question: Matt or Jeff Hardy?
Jeff Hardy.
Why?
Bro,
I mean, I think I know why.
that man is just
Jeff
reckless.
Hardy.
It's Jeff Hardy,
Jeff Hardy,
man.
right?
It's literally just
It's Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy.
That's all the explanation we need. Marvel or DC?
I'm a DC guy.
Yeah, I had a feeling that you were.
Big DC guy.
Big DC guy. I feel like nowadays that's kind of like the dark horse answer.
Yeah, because Marvel's more pop. Marvel's definitely more like mainstream. I like, but
Sure.
I don't. I love superheroes and comics.
Right.
So I'm never gonna be like, oh, I hate Marvel. No, I like all of it. If it's interesting, it's interesting. But DC, man, has some of my favorite characters: Batman, Flash,
Right.
Static.
The
Like,
thing I like about DC too, that I think that's a little bit of edge, is sometimes they get into darker stuff too. Like if you look at some of the like Joker, like the death in the family stuff and
gosh.
stuff like that, like some pretty dark stuff for comic books, you know?
and it's just like a lot of the DC characters. Like Marvel is more like everyday people getting power. DC characters, they're basically gods. They're literally gods. they don't
That's
they
true.
don't
I
short
think about
arm the power level of these
Right, right.
beings. Like you don't have to. They're
They're like
ridiculous.
traveling and stuff like that,
Yeah,
like
like-
doing a bunch of stuff. Okay, well there you go. DC, R&B or trap?
R&B.
R&B, yeah. I feel like you just gotta have like that little bit of extra layer to it or something like
yeah.
that. Here's one kind of catered to you: Maryland or Texas?
Okay. Maryland got my people. Like I
Right.
love my people. But that food in Texas goes crazy, man.
And it's way cheaper than Maryland too.
we went to Houston and we went to this place. We went to Turkey Leg Hut. Phenomenal spot. Oh my
Sounds
gosh.
great.
Oh my gosh. Turkey legs and waffle fries, insane. And then we went to this Tex-Mex spot. I can't remember the name, but when we say we went there like 2-3 times, I got the quesadillas every time.
You were there not too long ago, right?
Yeah, I was there safely, by the way. Guys, I was
Sure,
safe.
yeah,
I was
of course.
safe. I was safe, promise you. Yeah, we went a couple months ago, I think it was. It was cool.
Awesome, that's cool.
Right post the frozen tundra that they went through.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was
right after that.
Yeah, so that was something.
Well, good thing you missed it. Live or studio?
Studio, because if I miss it, if I'm off key, they can fix it.
Right.
But if I mess
That's
up
fine.
live, they're like, "Oh, this kid sucks." Get it, boo, get him on
You get
the
one
stage.
take, right? There you go. Long form TV series or individual film?
Damn, that depends.
Right, I know. That's the one thing I was thinking when I thought about it. It's like, well, what's the context, right?
It depends.
It's hard because there's positives and negatives to both, right?
I think. Gosh, you got me on this one. Okay, so can miniseries be answered too?
Sure. Yeah, I would. Anything that's more than like an hour and a half runtime. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's kind of like the average movie.
Okay.
You know.
So, if we're doing just like one standalone, like a standalone story, I can do a movie. Like a movie's cool because like you get through it.
Condensed to that.
But if there's a lot of characters and there's a lot like a overarching goal or something like that, like I want stuff fleshed out. I like TV, and TV keeps you busy.
Yeah, and something to look forward to. Like you see the movie once, and you're like, "All right, there it was." Where like the show, there's seasons, the next episode, and I'm the same way. I like the nuanced characters and things to be fleshed out. So I'm with you on that one. Here's a little bit of an easy one: cats or dogs?
Both,
Both, right?
but I have
easy, but not at the same time.
But like for now, right now, I have 2 beautiful cats,
There
so
you go.
I'm gonna go cats because I love them. But
summer or winter?
summer
I'm right there. With
dies out, stomach out, living
right?
life.
Hot boy summer.
How about shoot? Shout out Chet Hanks, white boy.
That's just blanking. Why can't it just be hot boy
You know,
summer?
no.
You know what I mean?
Chet Hanks is holding it down.
The clown, right? Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Okay, that's
My okay, hold. I answered that really quick.
yeah. That was a very snap.
My grandmother's pancakes,
Okay,
because
put a caveat to
she be throwing it down, but not everyone's pancakes are good.
That's true.
So
You get some real weird burnt pancakes.
Yeah, real bland pancakes. So I would say my grandmother's pancakes, but if I'm going anywhere, I think waffles are a safer bet.
Okay. And here's one that pertains to you: Pink Slip or Black Wall Street?
I'm gonna go Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be self-deprecating, but man, I listened to Pink Slip recently. I'm like, dude, I'm so much better than that. Like now.
Was that one of like the first bigger singles you put out? Like
that was my first single, period.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like actual single where I didn't like just do a remix of somebody else's song.
In my opinion, I mean, that's a pretty good one to start with.
It was good, but like I think as an artist you grow. I mean, obviously you grow. And Black Wall Street was the beginning of me progressing.
Right.
And Pink Slip is cool because it started the Jadoni thing.
You know, like here's the start. Yeah.
But yeah, Black Wall Street and Leo killed his verse, so
yeah,
I always appreciate that.
Well, there you go. There's 10 quick questions that hopefully help the viewers at home to get to know you a little bit better. I would be remiss, like as I say last time, if I didn't tell you that there one final segment. And like last time, if you look off camera to your right, you'll see a folded up piece of clothing. You want to reach over and grab that.
Oh boy, what is this?
You want to maybe put the microphone down or something and let the people at home see what we're working with? Man.
Ooh, People's Champ.
There we go.
I have a lot of rock references in my music, actually.
There you go. I love how like 90s and even like 2000s wrestling has so twined into like modern day rap. Like it's great getting those little references, like people like West Side Gun and stuff like that that are doing some great. Griselda loves wrestling.
They love it,
and they're super involved in it too. Like I know that he just bought like a New York wrestling company or something.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so he's super involved, and he has like his third rope or whatever, or fourth rope clothing thing or whatever. So I think you know maybe what this last segment is. I think it's time to tweet someone. Do you know who we may be tweeting?
I think we're tweeting the People's Champ, The Rock.
Yes, it is time once again to tweet The Rock.
Oh boy.
Here we go. So feel free. You can either hold the jersey up, put it on, do whatever you want with it.
On. Can I put it on?
You please. I would be absolutely honored if you put it on. This is great. Oh my God. My last guest wasn't as fun and just decided to hold it up, because he didn't want to cover up his Nike Just Do It hoodie, but he was trying to get a sponsorship, I guess. That was great. Looks great.
Oh yeah. Do
you feel the power resonating from you right now?
I could do a lot of things. Right now. I feel great.
Love to see it. If there's something that you would love to tweet The Rock, what would it be? And we'll have it on the screen for everybody to see as well.
I think what I want to tweet at The Rock, I want to ask him, how did he pick up a bridge? You see that movie? Was it the skyscraper movie?
Yeah.
The man like pulled a bridge together.
He did some crazy stuff.
And I just want to know, was that your idea?
I hope it was. And it's weird. Like you would think anybody else, they'd probably be like, I don't know. But like when The Rock says shit like that, the writers were like fuck it, dude, whatever you want to do.
They call him Dwayne too. They're like, Dwayne. Yes.
Here, if my lovely assistant, if you want to take a quick picture of us real quick, and I'll send it to you, so that way you have it for your tweet. And we can, you could take it. We did this last time. Horizontal landscape. If you go into my text and send it to our friend right here, so that way you can have it for The Rock to see. I'm hoping one day that The Rock finally replies to us. We're 2 tweets deep at this point.
He'll catch on.
He'll catch on eventually. Maybe by episode like 100, he'll hit us with like a pity tweet. Even if he just liked it, that would be enough for me to like cry or something. We're able to send it. Cool.
I just wanna know. I want to know also
whose idea that was.
Whose idea it was, but also like. Has he done anything remotely close to that? Because like I feel like he could probably like pull a couple cars,
Sure.
So like I want to change my tweet. I want to know what the craziest feat he's done. Nah, I'm just gonna stick to the skyscraper, bro.
I feel like by the end we're gonna have like every question of every cinematic aspect of Rock. Yeah, we're gonna be at some point like asking him like, why'd you do the Tooth Fairy?
Okay, hold up.
Why'd you do The Mummy Returns?
No. Oh, Scorpion King.
Scorpion King.
Scorpion King was literally my childhood. Like,
that was like the first big one for him, right?
man, he killed it. And I used to watch that movie so often, and like, it was not good.
Yeah.
But I loved it. And I need to watch it again, honestly. CGI was terrible.
All right, it says hopefully that you got it. Is that look good?
Dude, I look like such a clown. The other Rock's gonna be like, who is this kid?
Why do these people keep tweeting it? If you could you include hashtag tweet the rock?
Oh yeah.
And hashtag 100 miles pod, 100 miles pod?
Yeah, absolutely.
That way we can keep track of all these tweets one day. When we finally can tell you guys that the rock responded to us, hopefully you will be able to track them using these tweets. Feel free to tag me as well. I'm on Twitter at woolxgod. You like that real quick?
Was it your idea to pull that bridge together?
If you don't know what we're talking about, go home. I'm sure it's on demand or something. If not, buy it. Pay the $4.99. Any rock action movie is on some level going to be worth your time.
Bro, like that movie was just
San Andreas. What was the other? He's done a million.
He had to fight a building. Like, that's the thing. Like, who can touch him? It should have been Godzilla versus Kong versus Rock.
A triple threat match.
A triple threat match. Skyscraper. Hashtag tweet the rock. I can't type. I'm the worst. I'm gonna put the mic down.
God, I hope he sees this. Hope he just sends us like a Word doc with like answers to all of them one day.
What if he hit us with the cease and desist?
I'd frame it. I'd try to frame the document, and it's just like The Rock is kind of scared that you're stalking him at this point.
100 mile, right?
100 miles pod.
Pod, not podcast?
Just pod, yeah.
Okay. Hold on, baby. Was it your idea to pull that bridge together in a skyscraper?
Boom.
Bang. Tweeted it.
Hopefully I would say that's each time. Hopefully next time we have an update, you guys. I'm sure we've already put it on the screen so that way you can see it. Yeah. So, wow, another pod done. Some more mac and cheese eaten, some apple cider vinegar, and of course...
More?
No. I mean...
I'm a feed.
We could on the way out, or maybe I'll hit you with one.
I won't be able to drive home.
Yeah, like, sure, you were drinking tonight. You're like strictly apple cider vinegar. Yeah. So I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man.
One more time, if you want to hit the camera with all your socials and where they can find you and anything that you have coming up.
Just once again, follow up me on Instagram and Twitter. Culdesac Jadoni, CULDESAC. JADONI. My music's on anywhere you can stream music, basically. And then follow my group's page, Culdesac Collective. On IG and Twitter, it's Culdesac, CULDESAC CO, Culdesac Co. And yeah, hopefully we can get new fans, and we have old fans that are watching. Thank you for watching. And this that guy right there. Guy.
I appreciate that's the biggest, as I say, like in the wrestling, that's the biggest rub I could have gotten from the man to my right here. If you want to find any of us online, you can find us at 100milesmedia.com, on Instagram at 100milesmedia. You can find me on Instagram at woolxgod or woolxgod, and on Twitter at woolxgod as well. Well, I appreciate you coming on. I'm sure this won't be the last time we'll see you. I can't wait for the next time that we do it. We can do. We'll have to do a 5-way mac and cheese.
Don't do that, bro. We won't get anything done.
Yeah, there you go. Do a whole gallon of apple cider vinegar at the end just to fucking take ourselves out. Yeah, no, you definitely would throw up. I almost threw up from this much, so I can't imagine.
Can I do another one on the way out? I'm being so serious.
Do another one on the way out. Maybe, hey, at the end of this, you might see an iPhone video of us doing one more for the way out. You good?
I'm good.
All right. Thanks, guys.
See
you next time.
See you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So ass. Oh my gosh.